everyone, and welcome to AWS Julie. For today's video, we're continuing with our new series on needed AWS fundamentals to ensure you pass your AWS certification exams. Let's dive into the fundamentals of AWS CloudFormation. For this lesson, I want to do a high-level overview of CloudFormation, and we will be diving deeper in later lessons. But for this fundamentals series, I wanted to first add fundamentals for the core AWS services in AWS. CloudFormation is an infrastructure as code product in AWS, which helps us to automate the infrastructure creation, update, and deletion. CloudFormation templates are created in YAML or JSON and can be used to automate infrastructure operations. And templates are used to create stacks, which are used to interact with resources in an AWS account. It is a service to help us create, update, and delete infrastructure as code in AWS. And the way that it works is that you create a CloudFormation template to create infrastructure in AWS. These templates can also be used to update your infrastructure, and you can delete templates to delete that infrastructure. Like we just said, you can create your CloudFormation template in either JSON or YAML, and for the real world and the exam, you should know what makes up a CloudFormation template. All templates have at least one resource, and this is part of your CloudFormation template that is mandatory. A resource could be an Amazon EC2 instance, an S3 bucket, an IAM role, a Lambda function, and more. Let's look at a CloudFormation template, and this is one of my favorites. I have a few templates in my GitHub repo, and I have a bunch more I need to add. Okay. Up first is the description. It's a text field on line 3, and this description is for you to write what the purpose of your CloudFormation template is. When you add a description, you must also add the AWS template form at version, which is on line 2. And if we scroll all the way down to line 540, this is the metadata part of your CloudFormation template, and it helps us to group, order, and so on. It designs how the user interface in the console presents the CloudFormation template. But back to line 4. This is the parameters section that helps us to add a field where we will have to add more information. For example, what size of an Amazon EC2 instance to create, the number of availability zones to use, and more. On line 74 is the mapping section. This section tells the CloudFormation template where to create the resources. And if we scroll down to line 212, you will see it tells which region the EC2 instances will sit. There's also a conditions section, which gives us the ability to set decisions in the template so we can create the condition, and then if the parameter is equal to that condition, then we create that resource. And the conditions are used with the resources that are used in the CloudFormation template. Line 521 is outputs, which gives us some information back, like the subnet ID, instance ID, and more. So how does CloudFormation use this template? Well, it takes the template with the resources, parameters, mapping, and so on that we just discussed, and CloudFormation creates a stack which contains all of the logical resources outlined in your CloudFormation template. And then CloudFormation takes the logical resources from that stack and creates an actual physical resource in your AWS account. So if our template called for an Amazon EC2 instance and an Amazon RDS instance, then the stack with the logical resources would create those physical instances in your account. You can also use CloudFormation to update templates. So if we took the template we just created and updated it, CloudFormation would update your physical environment to match the logical environment of that updated stack. And then when you delete a stack, the logical resources are deleted, and then the physical environment is also deleted. And you can store your templates in a repository or in Amazon S3, and then use those templates for change management, disaster recovery, and more. CloudFormation gives us the ability to design and automate our infrastructure as code so we can script our whole cloud environment. If you found this content useful, a like and a subscribe would mean a lot to me. It really helps me know what y'all like, and it gives me an indicator that I'm building useful content. Now, in the next lesson, we will cover another core service in AWS, and that is Amazon Route 53. Thanks so much for watching.